So hopefully you guys are staying warm and safe today. So quickly, I just wanted to come on here for the people who want something different, right? Like they've been doing the same thing in life, or maybe they've been trying a whole bunch of different things and they're looking for something different. They're looking for a change. They're ready to go to the next step and phase in life, right? So I'm going to give you some tips on what I did to get to my next phase in life. So as just like many of you guys, I remember like working for a job, and the thing that made me so mad about it is that I was exchanging my time for money, right? But it was for people who like didn't really respect you, didn't really care about you, you know, like those kind of things. And it's just really aggravating giving to people who are like that, right? Because it's like, no, if I'm going to give my time to something, I want it to be in a place where I feel comfortable, right? And furthermore, they are, you know, there might not be a place of integrity. They might not be a place that really upholds your morals and what your values are for life. And so you're just like, I'm ready to move on to something different. I want to feel different when I go into life every day and things like that. So my first tip for getting out of that cycle, right, is to do some self-reflection. Like, are you at a place where you already have an idea of something that you want to do, or do you have no idea at all, right? And like, even looking more towards your past, like, are you the type of person that like easily gives up on things, or are you easily frustrated? You know, you kind of want to go through a healing process, right? Because you really want to figure out those things like, what made me happy, right? What was I doing at those times? What kind of people was I around at those times, right? And then on the other side as well, like, when I wasn't happy, what was going on in life, what kind of things were taking my joy away, what kind of people was I around, right? And once you do some self-reflection and get some self-awareness of where you are in life, it will help place you so you can see where you're trying to go, okay? So first step is to do some self-reflection, do some healing, get some self-awareness about you, where you are, where you stand, and where you're trying to go, okay? Next step is to do some refinement. This is the part that a lot of people stop at in their process of trying to move forward to the next place. Everything that you're having right now, everything that you're doing cannot come with you to the next place in life. It just doesn't work that way. If you keep doing the same things, you're going to get the same results. If you keep hanging around the same people, you're going to have the same kind of mindsets, right? So you have to start to do some refinement and cut those things off that really don't give anything to you, right? Maybe they even take away from you, right? So you want to start getting rid of those things. And this is not like a one-day process, like you just write it down, you know it, and then you just cut it all off. It doesn't work that way, right? This is a journey. It's a process. So look at it that way, right? The next step I would say is to discipline, right? This is also a very hard step. Once you go through that refinement period and you figure out those things that really are taking away from you, not giving to you, and you see what those habits are, you would discipline yourself into not going back to those things, right? Because habits are really hard to change. A lot of things we've been doing for years, right? Same thing for years. And so it's just like embedded in us. We don't even know that we're doing it sometimes, right? But those exact things, those exact habits can be holding us back to being able to go forward to the next thing that we want to do, right? So once we figure them out, we go through our refinement period, figure them out, turning those things off. We want to go through a discipline period where we are staying diligent and keeping those things away, right? Very, very important. And then what I like to call the fun part, right? This is the part where you actually figure out what it is that you want to do, right? You want to learn a skill, right? The skill is going to be how you stop exchanging your time for money, right? Because if you're exchanging your time for money, you're limited as to how much money you can make, right? Whereas at one point in time, your life is going to end, okay? So you want to stop exchanging your time for money. You want to get a skill that you can get paid for, right? So that you're no longer exchanging time for money, but you're exchanging skill for money, right? Which means you can put your price on it, right? Once you get to a certain mastery level, you can put your price on it and people will pay you for that skill. Okay, so like with my Ouchless agents, the people who sell Ouchless, they all come to me the same way, right? They're shy, they're timid, like they have never gone to a place where they weren't exchanging time for money and now exchanging skill for money. And so it's a difference, right? And you really kind of get outside of your comfort zone, right? Because it's like now you're doing something different. Now nobody's making you do anything, right? But I tell them all the time, scared money don't make no money, right? If you want to get to the next phase in life, you have to not be scared. You have to not think about what other people are thinking about you. You can't think like, oh, I'm unqualified, like I can't do it because of whatever. Remember, God qualifies the unqualified, right? You just need to do your part, right? So get you a skill set that you can master so that you can get paid for that skill, right? And so it's going to be hard to change that mindset, but that's okay. Because like I said, this is a journey. It's not a one-stop shop, right? You're not going to get it in one day, in 1 month, and then everything be perfect. That's not how it works. You have to go through your journey, and you have to be okay with going through your journey. So I just want to tell you, like, God gave us all the ability to be wealthy, right? It's crazy to me that people think that God really wants his be broke. Why would God want us to be broke? What can we do for anybody if we're broke? If somebody needs help and we are broke, we can't help them, right? If somebody needs something, we can't help them, right? So we can't impact anybody if we are broke. So why would God want his people to be broke? If somebody can answer that in the comments for me, help me out. Why would God want his people to be broke? No, he wants us to live in abundance, right? But the information that he gave us, a lot of people aren't willing to put in the work to get it, which is why they stay where they are, right? Which for some people, that's okay. But I hope I'm talking to the people who want to go to the next phase in life, who don't want to keep doing the same cycle, who don't want to keep wondering how they're going to get things done, how they're going to help people, how they're going to help themselves. Right? Because a lot of people are stuck in a place where they can't even help themselves. Their month-to-month lives are struggling, right? We don't want to be those people. We want to be people who can make impact, right? People who have a voice, people who can help people. Those are the kind of people that we want to be, right? So I want to remind you guys once again that God qualifies the unqualified, right? If you feel like you can't do it, you're not good enough, whatever it is that you've been telling yourself, that's a mentality thing, right? You need to change your mentality. And a great way to change your mentality is to read your Bible, right? See the promises that God has for you. See who you are, right? Because that'll give you a lot of self-confidence. Know that you are made from the greatest, right? You were created by the creator, right? Once you start knowing these things and embedding these things in you, it starts to build up your self-confidence, and you will stop telling yourself what you can't do and start believing in God giving you the strength to do what you need to do, right? Because he's already put it inside of you. Okay, so these are some tips for the people who are tired of working, people who are tired of people not respecting their time, their abilities, right? People who are looking to go to that next level in life. Take these tips, put them into place for 2024 so that the years after can look different, right? There is a promise for you that literally if you were to live in your purpose, and if you don't know what your purpose is, go read your Bible. But if you live in your purpose, literally those promises are for you. That inheritance is for you. It's yours to have. Okay. So I want to remind you guys, Jesus heals. I love you guys. I hope this helped somebody. Comment in the comments below if this helped you. Tell me which phase that you're in if you're already going through these steps. Remember to like and follow. I hope you guys have a good day staying in. I will talk to you guys soon.